Welcome to the show with the eternal self. Every visit banger, best believe he don't miss. Do me a favor, drop a sub and keep tuning in. If you like what you see, go and share with your friends.
What's going on, guys? Hope you had an awesome weekend. As I know, I just got to really chill and relax. But we are a day away from the Ahsoka series episode 5, and we know we're going to be getting something very, very interesting. And with that, over the weekend, I did learn as I was resting, like I told you guys, some information on what is going to be happening in this series. So when it comes between Anakin and Ahsoka, I actually just got the scoop on what's supposed to be coming for episode 5. So I will say this, if you don't want to learn more about what's going to be happening, I suggest you basically leave this video, even though I would appreciate that you watch it. But if you don't want to learn about what happens, I suggest, you bounce. But if you want to learn more about it, stick around as we're going to get into it right now. So the episode begins with Anakin and Ahsoka where they left off. And I will say this, guys, remember how we were all talking about on the channel, and I'm sure others were, about how it could have potentially been the brother like I had assumed from the Mortis God's arc? It ended up being that it's not that, but of Anakin's Force Ghost. Now, I'm not too mad about this one. I think the brother would have made it very interesting for sure. Like I said, it's just the Force Ghost of Anakin. Now, as we heard there was going to be a fight scene, it ends up being that there is a fight scene, but in this fight scene, it's not what we think, where it's an evil Anakin and it ends up being that it's Anakin just training Ahsoka one last time, the same way we saw it in Tales of the Jedi. And as he is training her, he ends up switching from Anakin to Vader. As we know, Ahsoka does fear Vader, but in the World Between Worlds, as they are training, Anakin is overpowering her as she does fall, but Anakin uses the Force to bring her back up. And in everything that is going on, it appears that Ahsoka actually goes into some sort of a portal from the World Between Worlds or vision and transfers her essence into a younger version of herself from the Clone Wars. And it appears that we get actually 2 Clone Wars scenes. Now you're wondering, which Clone Wars scenes will we be getting? Well, it appears that the first one is going to be a version of Ahsoka that we got in the beginning of the Clone Wars, and it ends up being that we do get to see Phase 1 version of Captain Rex. But unfortunately, it didn't really appear that when I found out about Rex that he takes his helmet off, so I didn't really get much clarification on that part, but I do know that we will see Rex in this portal or vision that we do get when she does transfer her essence to her younger self. Now, the second scene that we do get with Ahsoka going through this portal or vision is of her at the end of the Clone Wars when we see the Siege of Mandalore, when we see Darth Maul, which I think is pretty cool, but it was confirmed that there is no Darth Maul. So that one was a little upsetting. I would have liked to see that, but hey, I'm not mad about that one. Now, after all this, one wonders, why is Ahsoka seeing Anakin's Force Ghost in the World Between Worlds, and why is he saving her during this time? And from my understanding, it's because he has one last training for her, which is what we end up getting, as I told you guys before. Now, all those rumors, seeing them fight on Mustafar or another planet, is supposedly not true and will be this now. But if it ends up being true, from what I did find out, with more coming for the whole series, as the person that I do know ended up seeing the whole thing for starters, I will say this is a moment where I'm going to take and say, told you so, haha. But how do you feel about the scenes that we just spoke about and getting them? And would this be satisfying to your taste with seeing Anakin training her one last time and getting these 2 Clone Wars scenes? Or would you have wanted it to see an evil version of Anakin going up against Ahsoka? Light it up in the comment section. Catch you guys there. This is the Eternal Sith. Later, guys.